Hi everyone, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at CraftTreat, I have the Blissful Quick Folio. There's 3 of them in this package, and you get a black colored one, a craft color one, and a white colored one. They are 4¼ inches by 6¼ inches. They're already die cut, ready to go, scored. All you do is cover them with paper and then just glue them together. They're really easy. And you guys, I'm going to show you not only this example, I'm going to put one together step by step for you. So let's get going. Come play with us. All right, so let's take a look what's in this kit. So here is the white version, and each one of these folios has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces to put together. Lots of flaps, lots of tip outs, really fun. Here's the craft colored one, and then the black one. And then inside are full color step-by-step instructions. I'm going to fold it like this. There we go. Really easy to put together. It gives you all of your measurements and then just a little blurb of how to put everything together, where to glue. Goes all the way down to the bottom. So really, really easy. I tested them and I thought they were great instructions. So let's take a look at this one. Now this particular one I made according to the directions happens to open up on the left, okay? But the one I'm going to make with you, we're going to just switch it up and open it on the right. I wanted to show you how on this one how we do the step-by-step instructions. So I made a little closure, which also is not included on the instruction. I just glued it between the paper that I used and the base. Okay, open this up, and then you've got a little flap, a little tip out right here. And then flip out right here. Look at that. If you were going to put photos on that, look at all the photos. Nice big spot right here. There's a little die cut right there that you could put something under like this. And then over here, this is a pocket. And there's this. You take this out, and there's this cute little folio right here. And then I took and made a little pocket on the side of it. Really fun, really cute. All right, so let me show you what I used to make this one, and then we're going to get started on the other one that's the white version. So I used our brand new 6x6 Orchid Melody 6x6 pattern cardstock. 6x6 is absolutely perfect for this, you guys. There's almost no waste at all. In other words, to cover these, each one of these, you cut your paper to 3 inches by 4 inches. So it's 3 inches tall by 4 inches. And I can cover this piece and this piece with 1 sheet of 6x6. It's so great because you cut your 6x6 in half. That means you got a 3x6, and then you just cut that down a little bit into a 3x4. So yeah, and it just leaves a little black border around the edge of it. So cute. And then I went ahead and used some of the cutouts that are in this paper pack, like this one right here, to decorate. But then I also used the Orchid Melody 31 die cuts. They're just punch outs that have all these great little sentiments and things on them, and used those. And then I also added, gotta do it, some little Dazzle stickers right here. These come in a 2-pack. These are clear glitter straight line Dazzle stickers, and they come with a silver edge and a gold edge. And I think I used the gold edge on these. Yeah, this one was really fun and easy to put together for the little pocket. I just took one of the 3x4s and I just cut it in half and then just glued that down. Used a little bit of the border right there. Foam taped one of the little cutouts from this paper pack. And then here's another little piece that I had left over from when you're trimming your paper down. Use it as just a little focal. Here is one of the little die cut pieces. Yeah, and then these are die cut pieces on the front. Glued this one, foam taped this one. Here's one of the Dazzle borders. As I said, I glued the ribbon as I was covering the front with paper. I just tucked my little ribbon in there. And that is our gingham ribbon collection, which you can find down below the video. But I love this accordion part. It just pops right out. And then look on the other side. Really nice. So yeah, you can just kind of flip it like this, write things, add photos, whatever you'd like to do. I love that it's very interactive. And this little flap right here just kind of keeps everything secure. You do not need to add ribbons to this. It's just very flat, but I just thought it was pretty. All right, so let's take a look at what I'm going to use. And I'm going to put together the white cardstock version. I'm going to be using, because Easter's coming up, Tulip Parade. But that would be really fun. The coordinating dies. I'm actually going to mix a little gingham in with this. So I grabbed our gingham number 2 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. And then I have some of our fancy white border dazzle stickers. And then our white doilies. Those are 4 inches wide. And then I'm also using these gold tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers. All right, so we're at this point, according to the instructions, you would want to have the pocket on this side. That's how this one is for this one. Okay, the pocket's on this side. Okay, but it opened like this. Okay, so we're just going to have it be like this where we open it. Okay, just going to open like this. So I also felt like, what happens if you put the pocket on this side and we just reverse it? And I wanted to give you guys just a look at like what that would be if you just reversed it like that. So pockets on this side, and then going ahead and just using my bone folder to score all of these score lines, to fold rather, all of the score lines. And if you don't do that, then your little folio is going to kind of puff up a little bit more. You notice how this one just is nice and compact? That's because of going over all of the score lines with the bone folder. It makes everything much more compact. All right, so we're orienting everything in this direction. Sorry, I forgot to do this part. Here we go. There. So now pocket is this way, okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and cover the front. I'm going to use this one because I've already gone ahead and done a few other things for time. We're going to take this paper and put it on the front just because I thought it was so cute. I'm using my little applicator bottle with glue, and this one has Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue. But the Nuvo glue, Debbie and I also really like, and I'll list both of those down below the video. There we go. So there is the cover, okay? And now when we open up, I've gone ahead and covered the flap here with a cute little border of the tulips, and then our white tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers with the little scallop. They just peel right off. They're so cute. Right along the edge. And then I've covered the inside part right here. So now I'm just going to take, instead of glue, I'm just going to use some tape. And for tape, we've got the super strong tape, and then we've got the extra sticky tape, and I'll put those both down below the video. They work about the same. We're going to fold those flaps in and then just secure them like that with the tape. And you could do the entire thing with tape if you'd like. I'm just sort of using a combination. There we go. And then on this side, you guys, these little flaps are so cute. All right, these are the ones that we're using. There's a little flap part right here and another fold right here. And then when you're folding them, this flap goes up like that, and then this one goes back like that. So it's going to be folded like this. And then you're going to take this, and then you're just gluing it right to the edge, the top edge and the bottom edge of your book, so that when they fold out, they go like that. Okay? And then it's at this point, I'm going to take a little gingham paper so that when you open this up, that is going to go right there. And this is the peach gingham from our collection. So cute. And then there's one more flap to add, which is the single flap right here. Same thing on that one, folding it, going over that score line to get it nice and cute. oh, I forgot. We do need to put this down before we glue this. Okay, so that is going to go down before that. And where's mine? It's already done. It's buried in all of my stuff. Here it is. Okay, so this one we need to go ahead and put right here. And you can see I've added just like a scrap of this one. I used the gingham. And then I had a scrap piece left over from trimming down my papers that we'll put right there. And I'm just going to put a line of glue. Getting the glue right next to the fold is really important. I'm going to place that right there so it's even between the top and the bottom. Like that. All right, then this is going to get glued down right there. Then these are going to fold in like that, and then this just goes right over the top of it, like that. And then I should mention these little doilies, so cute. This comes from our little pack of doilies that I showed you, and I just cut them into quarters using my paper trimmer. So here's a little quarter, and I just glued them right there and right there, and then using this little bottle glue was really nice to do that. Remember, when you fold these out, it's going to give you a cute little scene. All right, here's our finished little folio, and then on the front cover I added just that corner of the doily. And then on this side, I actually cut the border, something like this, where I just cut around the border here and then glued that here and then placed one of those fancy border dazzle stickers right along the edge. Topped that with a foam taped die cut. Remember these, the coordinating die cuts for Tulip Parade, and a little bit of that gingham ribbon. And we're going to flip this open. And then in the little pocket, so cute, added a little strip of gingham, a border. Here's one of the cutouts from the 6x6 paper pack. Here's some of those gold tiny words and phrases dazzle stickers that are just the right size for this. And then we open this up. I took a little scrap of extra art after trimming the papers down, put a little bit of the border there and glued that, made a nice little focal. Used some gingham to make a pocket. This is another one of the little cutouts. Added one of those little tiny words and phrases, says cherish. Added a little note right here to the pocket that's also a cutout from the paper pack. Just covered the front and back with papers. These are 3 inches by 4 inch little panels. Then over here, there's that flap. We open this up, another one of the die cuts there. For this die cut, I foam taped it only to this top flap right here, so that when you open this up, it lifts like that out. And then we've got another little greeting right here. And then Jeanette reminded me we needed to glue a little border right there. And then I also did that on the opposite side, which would be the outside. So everything just works together so nicely. And you guys, it's so easy to put together. So if you're brand new to making folios or anything like this, the cuts are repeated over and over again, which makes it really nice so you're not doing unique sizes for everything. Most everything is either a 4x6 or a 3x4. This one is like 6x2. That's about it, okay? These are really fun to put together. And remember, you get 3 of them, 3 different colors. That is a great deal. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget, we have the great money saver on these right there. Don't forget about that. And all the items are listed down below the video. And full color photos, definitely check that out. And if you're watching us over on YouTube, hi, it would be great if you would subscribe to our channel. It helps our company grow. And there is a link down below the video that will take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page so you can get in on that money saver. Thanks for joining me, you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.